Welcome to another exciting episode of Searching for Maximum Flavor, the podcast. Today we have a special guest, Prince EA, who's not only known for his incredible talent in the world of music and spoken word, but also for his inspiring messages that ignite positive change. Ready to go on a little adventure with me?
Yeah, I mean, if you bring out like something with blood and stuff, I don't know about that.
Get ready to go beyond beats and rhymes as we explore the deeper layers of taste, culture, and inspiration. Prince EA, welcome to the Searching for Maximum Flavor podcast. It's so wonderful for you to be here with us. I'm grateful for you sharing your time with us. You've done so many remarkable things, touched so many lives. I want to know a little bit about you. How did that start?
Well, thank you for inviting me on the show. Super excited to be here with you.
Thank you.
Such an amazing concept. I had to join and see what it was about. Okay, where did it all start from? I'm from St. Louis,
Okay.
north side of St. Louis.
Great food town.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we've got some cool things. What do we have in St. We've got, have you been?
Yeah. Great barbecue.
Yeah.
Sauce. The sauce is it's great.
Okay,
I
yep,
mean, okay.
yep. Did you try Emo's Pizza when you were there? No?
Pizza?
Yeah, Emo's.
No.
Yeah, it's like a St. Louis
Okay,
thing.
so I would never think St. Louis pizza. What's special about it?
Just Emo's. Just like, it's like thin crust. It's like a thing. It's like a St. Louis thing. So we've got Emo's. We got like toasted ravioli.
Okay.
Which is another thing I think invented in St. Louis.
Okay.
But I'm from St. Louis. When people hear St. Louis, I think sometimes they don't know what to think. If they like were following the news a few years ago, this is where, Ferguson happened, Mike Brown. So I grew up maybe about 10 minutes away from Ferguson. So and the north side is the most dangerous part in the most dangerous city in the U.S. I was very lucky, though. I had both of my parents. They were together. My dad was a cop. My mom was a nurse, public servants.
We have mom and dad. You're blessed to have this wonderful upbringing.
Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I think they definitely gave their kids a lot of love. I'm the youngest of three.
Oh, okay.
And, but often I felt like, I wasn't loved. I felt like, I was kind of the black sheep of the family.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well, fast forward from my like adolescence going into, say, music, they were like, what is this thing, hip hop? Don't do hip.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to hip hop music growing up. They thought it was a bad influence. So I remember one day I'm on the porch and my dad, he's like, I'm listening to like my Walkman. You remember the Walkmans?
Of course,
I'm listening to the radio and my dad, he comes in, he's like, what are you listening to? And before I have the chance to like change the station, he like takes the headphones off and listens to it and hears like Biggie and it takes everything from me. I'm like, man, I just love the music.
Yeah.
I love the music and but I didn't get into hip hop until later. And even then, when I started to get into hip hop, they were like, "Why don't you need to get a trade? You need to get a real job." I went to university. I got my degree in anthropology. They're like, what the heck can you do with an anthropology degree? So I was always kind of the go my own way type of guy. Both of my brothers, they were in fraternities in school. I didn't feel like that was me. So I think how did it happen? I don't know. I was always true to some inner calling. Where did it come from? I don't know. I was always a weird kid, very introverted, very introspective, while everybody else was kind of going out partying and learning about other people. I was kind of by myself learning about me, learning about how I think. What are thoughts? Where do thoughts come from? These weird questions that people really don't ask.
Yeah.
So then I got into, like I said, anthropology.
What age do you think you were when you started to really be that introspective? When you were asking yourself these questions?
Yeah, kind of like always. It seemed, I remember vividly, I was about 6 years old. Fast forward years later, I start reading, spiritual texts, the Bhagavad Gita, all of these, ancient, very wise texts that say you are not the body.
Yeah.
You are not the mind. And so I think growing up, I always had this kind of like elevated understanding of reality, that something was more, that the world was more than material.
Right.
There was a spiritual element to it. And I always thought that was going to be my path. That was going to be my path in life. But I was like, okay, first, let me make the money. Let me become this rapper. Let me become this artist and get famous and get rich.
What does success mean to you?
Success, the highest form of success, I think, is being your authentic self in each moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you be true to you uncompromisingly now? Because the moment is all you'll ever have. And if you can be you in the now, you don't have to worry about the future accolade, success. You will have lived an authentic life. And an authentic life is something that not a lot of people, when they're on their deathbed, can say that they actually did.
That's true.
The
The spoken
sages.
word has been the thread that has really, it's been your vehicle.
Yeah, it's using words, right?
Yeah.
So even if you think about rap. So
Yeah.
rap, as some people say, stands for rhythm and poetry.
Correct.
I feel like I didn't really transition much, differently from what I was doing when rap into now spoken word. I just slowed things down. I love words. I love the power of words. I'll never forget there's a great book. It's called Words That Work. And it changed my perspective. It said, it's not what you say, it's what people hear.
Mm-hmm.
So when you speak, you got to realize it's not what you say, it's what people hear. And
Why did you choose to slow it down, though? You're
so
successful
people,
rapper.
so people could catch up.
Oh, okay.
I think when you're in music, a lot of people get lulled in by the beat.
Yes.
And they don't pay attention to the lyrics.
Okay.
I love lyricism. I love
Mhm.
people who can craft words and use metaphor, alliteration, similes to convey a message. But I also love the lyricists like the Bob Marleys who can just tell it how it is and just hit you here. So I love using words. I think words are power.
Mhm.
Words can move mountains.
Absolutely.
Mm,
But I want to know about your podcast,
okay.
In a Sauna.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? The idea of having it there, does that impact the actual podcast?
Yeah,
Tell me about
it's interesting. It's a crazy idea, and I only want to live a life where I'm expressing crazy ideas. To be honest,
Okay.
I don't want to do anything boring.
No.
That's why I'm here. I love this. This is exciting.
Well, thank you. It's going to get more exciting in a little
Okay,
bit.
let's do it. Let's go. So for me, I had been asked to do a podcast for years.
Mhm.
I was like, the studio setup is cool, but I'd love to just innovate.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I'm really much into health, and when I go to like health clubs, I get into the sauna, and I realize I'm actually having great conversations with people
Yeah.
in the sauna. Like some of my
Yeah.
best friends, like we met in a sauna because the sauna is like this place where you're conversing, but you're also fighting against like the
Yeah.
elements. Like your heart rate's going up,
Yeah.
and you're trying to keep talking
Yeah.
and be still, be relaxed. So I was like, what about a podcast inside of a sauna? And so we created it. We figured out a way to not melt the microphones inside the sauna.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How did
Yeah.
audio's got to be a challenge. Isn't it?
Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah.
We keep the cameras outside, and it's not a steam or a dry sauna. It's an infrared.
Okay.
So it doesn't heat up the air, it heats up the skin.
Mhm.
So the mics are fine. The cameras are set, they're outside of the sauna. And yeah, we have fun. We sweat and we connect. And it's just a blast just hanging out with people inside of a sauna, like hanging out with people who are my heroes. Like we had like 70-plus-year-old bodybuilders in there who I train with. So we talk about everything from psychology to health, wellness, but ultimately it's about healing.
Yeah.
How can we heal ourselves, and how can we heal our communities and ultimately heal the world? Yeah.
A place that you haven't gone that you really want to go to.
A place I haven't gone that I really want to go to. New Zealand is on the top of the list. Like
Beautiful.
that's definitely up there. So I told you I moved to Portugal, and I was gonna move to New Zealand, but I was like, it's a bit far. I mean, Portugal's already far. New Zealand's a bit further out there. So bought a farm out there, and growing my own food. I got a greenhouse, and it's hard work. I didn't expect that. So it's hard work, and it's a beautiful place, beautiful climate. The weather's like here it is in California. They call it the California of Europe. And I'm still working on my Portuguese. Yeah.
Okay. I know that you have this big focus on nutrition, which
Yeah.
I mean, I was so impressed by. I mean, I saw your video on Instagram about fresh, flash frozen vegetables and fruits. So important. I mean, how did that start?
Yeah. No, health is everything.
Yeah.
Health is if you don't have your health, what do you really have? I
Right.
mean, for me, it's you go back to the father of medicine, Hippocrates. Let your food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food.
Mm-hmm.
Food, when it comes to your health, is so important. They say exercise is king, nutrition is queen, and you put them together and you have a kingdom. There's so much bad information out there. Like
Yes.
for me, I think all doctors, if you're making content online and you're a doctor, you're telling people what to eat, you need to put your blood work online.
Yeah.
You need to actually show, okay, are you walking the talk?
Yeah.
Are you actually living what you're saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
because there's people who are marketers and advertisers
Yeah.
that take advantage of people. And I think diet and nutrition is simple.
Yeah.
I think it's, eat foods with ingredients you can pronounce. Eat real food that rots.
Yeah.
These simple things can save millions of lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Big Pharma wants that though.
Ooh, okay.
That's another podcast.
go
But
into that.
anyways, from 1 to 10,
1 to
how
10
adventurous are you
in
with food?
food?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty high. I think I'm a 10.
Okay.
I think
All
I'm a
right.
10.
Okay, you're gonna walk the talk now?
I mean,
You ready to go on a little adventure with me?
yeah. I mean, if you bring out like something with blood and stuff, I don't
I'm
know
not
about
gonna bring
that.
out anything weird.
Okay, all right.
You ready?
Deal, let's do
Okay.
it.
So you ready?
Oh, I'm more than ready. Listen, I said 10 out of 10, but I think it's 11. I think I'm 11
Okay,
out
I'm
of
gonna
10
hold-
adventurous.
I'm gonna hold you to that. So, like for me as a chef, for you, spoken word. For me, exploration, pushing the boundaries on experiences for my guests have led me to this experience, which is dark dining.
Yep.
First step, you're going to pick a mask.
Okay.
One that suits your
This one.
personality, or one that you just think might be fun
This one. I
or
like
funny.
this one.
You know.
Let me see the donuts. Don't tell them I'm talking. Oh, what is this? Princess. Oh, that's Princess. Thought it said Prince EA. Let's do. I like the little pug. It's a pug.
Yeah, with
I think so.
sunglasses.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm a dog guy.
Okay.
Okay.
So
all
step
right.
one,
Let's do it.
you're gonna put on this mask.
Let's do it.
We're going on a little adventure here. And the
Boom.
thing here is that by suppressing the sense of sight, all of your other senses become heightened. So all of a sudden, the sense of smell, the sense of touch, the sense of sound, all of it, and ultimately taste really become extra sensitive. So I'm going to guide you through it. And I want you to feel free to touch things, okay?
Okay.
You're going to place your hands flat on the table, gently, right in front of you, just as you're doing, okay? You already touched the plate, perfect. All right, so you're going to wrap both hands around the dish in front of you. Okay, yes. You're going to bring it very slowly, gently, towards your nose so that you can smell what's in the plate.
Okay.
See if anything is familiar. What are you smelling?
It smells good. How about
Okay.
that? Does that work?
Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it. Okay, so you can, I would like you to use one of your hands first.
Okay.
So whichever one you pick, gently graze it over the top. It's in the center of the dish, more or less. So touch the dish and then work your way towards the center.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to get a little dirty, but drop it about 1 inch down.
Okay.
Then work your way around it. See if different like textures on it kind of reveal to you what the ingredient might be.
Okay. I smell like, I don't know if it was like a corn type of grain maybe.
Okay, so drop your hand. There we go. Drop it about 1 inch or so until you touch the ingredient.
Okay.
There we go. You're gonna grab it.
Just grab it.
Yep.
Grab
The whole thing. You're
Can I
going.
use both hands? Or
You
just
can use
one?
both hands now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna get it towards your mouth, gently. There you go. You see, you're feeling your way. There we go.
This is like a
Yeah.
bone or something.
Okay. You're gonna.
Okay.
All right. So now take a bite. What do you think you're eating?
Oh, that's like definitely meat.
Mhm.
A lot of flavor.
Yeah.
A lot of good flavor. Yeah, it's like steak.
Steak? Okay. Is that your final answer?
Sure, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna put it down. Your plate. Yep. Just as they said, you were not gonna miss.
Okay.
You put everything down perfectly, picked everything up perfectly.
Great.
All right, so after you wipe your fingers, you can remove your mask, and we're going to talk about all the reasons that you're wrong.
Okay. All right, we'll remove the mask. Okay.
Okay, so you weren't off by too much,
Uh-huh.
but this is actually a New Zealand lamb chop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has candied guava on the top and a little bit of fig jam on the bottom.
Wow.
Okay. So this is actually one of our signature dishes. This really kickstarted my career. I made it when I was 18 years old for the UN. I serve it at my
For
restaurant.
the UN?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
And we've been serving it over 16 years. And it's a play on sweet and salty. We only serve New Zealand lamb because they're grass fed and their pastures are all organic. And the reason why you thought it was beef is because there's a preconceived notion that lamb is gamey and strong. But you, in fact, were like, it's beef. And that's because that lamb is so clean. And what it grazes on is very natural.
Wow.
And didn't you want to move to New Zealand?
I did.
And I had no idea. And
That's
here we
amazing.
are.
That was the first
New Zealand lamb.
The first dish.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
And this looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Are you ready for dish 2?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it. I'm ready when
Are
you
you having fun?
Oh, come on. This is a
Okay.
blast. This is
Okay.
amazing.
All right, blindfold on. These are 2 parts here. Okay.
2 parts.
Two
okay.
parts. So you're going to pick whichever one you want first, left
Okay.
hand or right
What is
hand.
this? This
Doesn't
is
matter
like-
which one you go.
Okay. So that this one, okay. What is this? Can I
Right.
go with this one?
You have to go with that one. There you go. So we're going to do the same thing, which is you're going to grab the dish and you're going to gently bring it to your nose and you're going to smell it. So that's to see if any of the aromas are familiar. What are you thinking? Any thoughts come to mind? Any memories?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about I feel like my mom's cooking. She might have made something like this.
Really?
before. I feel like maybe, yeah.
Okay. See how the sense of smell can evoke a memory, maybe even a core memory.
Amazing.
So towards the right, we're still on the right hand, so we're gonna stay there. You're gonna grab a fork that's right along your fingers. Yep, pull it towards you. Now you're going to try and grab a piece of something that's in the center of that dish.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Piece of something.
Yeah.
Did I get something on that?
You're gonna kind of poke it and kind of scoop it up. Yeah, you got some. There we go. Now bring it towards your mouth. This is where muscle memory comes in.
Where's the fork?
There you go. What are the first flavors here that really pop? Or is it texture? Or is it temperature?
The textures, I definitely feel the texture. I mean, it's all pretty much all gone now, but man, it's like a bread, like a maple maybe.
Maple,
Like a
okay.
maple sweet.
So we
yeah.
have sweet maple bacon. Is it soft? Is it firm? Is it crunchy? What are,
Yeah, it's definitely soft.
Okay. So on your left hand, you're going to have about an inch forward on your left hand, you're going to have a spoon. Okay. And about 2 inches from your right hand, you're going to have a bowl. There we go. Now you can place the spoon in a place where you're going to pick it up again because I want you to smell this first.
Okay.
But since the spoon was on your left side, I wanted you to bring it toward a comfortable spot.
Okay.
Drop the spoon. There we go. Just remember where you put it. Now pick up that bowl and bring it towards your nose the same way that you did the first dish. Smell. And you're going to place it down towards the center. Take a spoonful.
Okay.
Try to grab as much as you can. Okay.
More goodness.
Tell me, give me texture.
Like a gumbo. I think I just ate like a.
Is it spicy? Is it
The
sweet?
meat
Is it
was,
sour?
yeah.
I mean, these are big flavors. You did say you're allergic to boring.
Oh, it's popping. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's popping in my mouth. It's definitely spicy. I feel a kick. Man, it's just freaking good. I don't. Yeah, like wow, this is.
Hey.
Yeah, like a soup, like a gumbo or something.
All right, you can remove your mask.
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So here we have a cornbread and andouille sausage stuffing. This is our recipe for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I love that you correlated that to your mom's cooking because maybe you had something similar to this at Thanksgiving. You know, that was amazing. So sweet, savory. And then the other dish, you were very close when you said gumbo, and this is collard greens. I love making collard greens because it's just one of those recipes that you can't hurry up, and it has that maximum flavor. It's really a dish that embodies no shortcuts. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the love. And my travels have taken me, I guess, that endless search for more, for better. Searching for that maximum flavor. Places that I've gone have kind of perfected that recipe. And that's like where you tweak a little more spice, a little more acid. Which kind of sausage am I using? And that's just a recipe that its natural arc has been like, it started off as just trying to make great collard greens, but you know, the travels, the adventure, the exploration has taken it to that recipe that you're like, oh, it's good.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
the spices, everything. I mean, collard greens is such a healthy thing to eat too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was delicious.
Thank you. But we got one more for you.
We got one more?
One more.
I'm excited.
Okay. Remember you said 10 and then you
10
said 11.
11, yeah. Let's go to 12.
Okay.
Come on, let's
now
keep
we're going to 12. Okay.
You know, it's great. I definitely feel like training the palate to know what things are is a good thing. Because usually even at like, you know, fancy restaurants, I don't go to them often, but even then I just eat.
Right.
I just eat. People
and
like,
when we
slow
look
down.
at things, right, we think this is how they're going to taste. And we've done this all our lives, just looking at certain ingredients or certain dishes that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
But we really don't know what things actually taste like.
Yeah.
So taking away that sense of sight, you have to rely
100%.
on your palate.
100%. That's great.
Everybody's always shocked. Like, all right, so this one, you might get a little messy.
Okay.
But sometimes we have to get a little messy to get to the good parts, right? So, okay, so we're going to do the same thing where we're going to place our hands right in front until you hit the dish. You're going to pick it up until you start to smell something.
Yeah, we smell it. We're in the dessert area
Yeah.
now.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now you're going to place it back down on the table. And then I want you to please touch something in the center of the dish. Not on the top, but towards the sides. Like think you're going to...
Like this way.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Run your fingers across it. Yeah. See if the texture starts to become familiar. Okay. Now, there's two options. Keep your hands there because you're in a perfect spot.
Okay.
Now, you can go right ahead and pick it up right from there and bite it, or there's a fork and knife, much more complicated. But it's your choice.
Yeah.
You're at the crossroads now.
Okay.
Squeeze it, lift it.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze and lift and bring it towards your mouth. Yep. There you go. You got it. Okay. It's perfect bite. Is it sweet? Is it salty? Is it
very sweet? I mean,
Is it fragrant? Is there any familiar spice in there?
Yeah, I've definitely had it a bunch. I just haven't had dessert in like years. Like the only dessert I eat these days is like dark chocolate.
Oh.
But this is bringing back memories of like one of my favorite desserts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for breaking your diet for us. This means so much more now.
I'm a flexitarian, you know, it's okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, flexitarian, you know.
Flexitarian. I like that.
That's it.
Okay, can you define flexitarian? Because I'm going to use this forever now.
Yeah, no, flexitarian is just somebody who follows, right, like a plant-based, healthy diet, but they're also flexible, you know, they're not rigid. I've never been a fan of labels.
Okay.
You know, but if there was any label that fit, it would be a flexitarian.
Okay, flexitarian. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've ordered before. Definitely something I like.
Okay, you can remove your mask.
See. Oh, okay.
It's a giant cinnamon bun.
Okay, yeah.
Or a cinnamon roll.
Definitely have had this. Yeah, in high school, I remember this is like my favorite thing to get. Yeah.
Well, you were saying you remember this from before.
Say cinnamon, yeah.
Yes, and that's because texture. Somehow that aroma and that texture became very familiar to you. And again, how ingredients and food really do evoke a core memory.
Incredible. I think people should do this at home. Like this is what I'm thinking about because it's such an interesting and connecting process. It's fun. It's unique. It's different. It's exciting. And it honestly and ultimately it puts you in the moment.
Yeah.
So it's like that meditative practice of being more in touch with food.
Yeah.
So like when I eat dinner, I'm definitely gonna, like tonight, I'm gonna, really eat it, really like chew it and enjoy it, not just like devour it.
You're such a like thoughtful person who's in the moment. Like I really feel like you're in the moment here with me, and I got to really thank you for that. Do you mind if we dive a little deeper and I can ask you just a few questions?
Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Throw it at me.
All right.
What you got?
What is your favorite podcast?
Favorite podcast? My favorite podcast that I've been on is this one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. But
Okay.
I mean, Joe Rogan, he's cool. There's this one podcast of this guy, he's like in a sauna. That's also cool. I think it's called Sauna Sessions or something
Sauna
like
Sessions?
that. Something like
That's
that.
my favorite podcast.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. What's your go-to snack right now?
My go-to snack. I like a acai bowl. I don't know if that's a snack.
Those are
It's kind of
good.
a meal, but also walnuts. I eat a lot of walnuts.
Okay.
Super healthy for you.
Are they better than any other nuts?
Yeah, they're up there. They're
Okay.
up there, like the omega-3, the 6 ratio.
Raw or roasted?
Yeah, actually like raw and sprouted. Like what you want to do is, I tell all guys, you need to soak your nuts, and women too. But because when you soak them, you activate it, you release like the phytic acid, which stops you from digesting and absorbing fully, and you get all the benefits from it.
Got it. So on the Searching for Maximum Flavor podcast,
Yeah.
we learned you have to soak your nuts.
That's it. That's it.
What is your favorite photo of you and your family?
There's a picture I absolutely love. It's on my dad's Facebook page, and it's all of us at AMC Theater,
Okay.
like about to watch. I think it was after we watched the movie, so it was like that reminds me of the fun days, just going out and going to the theater. And
Something simple.
Yeah.
Togetherness.
That's it. I'm a simple guy.
That's awesome. How would you describe your personality?
It's funny because I always tell people like the word personality, it comes from the Latin word persona, meaning mask. And ultimately, I think who you really are is beyond the personality, beyond the mask. And so my mask, I guess you could say, is whatever people see.
Okay.
But deep down, who I truly am is just love.
Love. Love that. What lessons have you had to learn the hard way?
It's crazy because I think it was 2 weeks ago, I found out that one of my friends from St. Louis had committed suicide. And, just scrolling down Facebook, wanting to check in with this person, like, I wonder what that person's up to, what they're up to. So we hadn't talked in like a year. Then you see, I don't know if you ever see somebody on Facebook, it says now remembering that person.
Yes.
So I'm like, whoa. And so I think the lesson I learned from that is really to check in on people more.
Yeah.
I think all is well and unfolding as it should. Like my concept of death is different from most people. I think there's a bigger plan than we can see in front of us, but I still think that we should check in on people, our friends, especially the ones that are smiling a lot.
Yeah. Name one thing you've been wanting to do but have been putting off.
Well, when you asked me earlier where do I want to go, the second place I want to go other than New Zealand is this place called Arunachala. Yeah, it's in India.
Okay.
It's like this mountain. It's a very famous mountain. And this mountain is supposed to have like big spiritual powers to it. And I have been putting it off, but my birthday is next month. So I don't know when I'm going to go, but I'm going to buy a ticket on my birthday and make it happen. Yeah.
Well, I sure hope you make it there. Oh my gosh. So this has been so awesome. And if people want to learn more about you like I do, where can we follow you? Where can we visit?
You can listen to podcasts everywhere you listen to podcasts. But you can follow me Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you prefer. You got to be everywhere, I think, these days.
So we search Prince
EA. Yeah.
Prince
On
EA.
Instagram, it's Prince_EA because somebody took Prince EA. Because, you know, they do that to people. They like, oh, yeah, I'll give it to you. Just pay me $10,000 and they want to sell it. But so it's Prince_EA. And yeah, you'll find me. I try to give people real value, motivation, inspiration, as much as I can, and awaken people to love.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I've learned so much from you. I've loved being present here with you and taking you on this adventure. And I hope you had some fun.
I had a lot of fun. You are embodying love. And I can tell by the dishes, by this idea, this concept, your presence. Yeah, I'm really proud of what you've created. And I'm excited for more people to enjoy what I just enjoyed.
Thank you so much.